Hello students, in this video we will be talking about John Keats' famous poem A Thing of Beauty is a Joy Forever. The poem is part of Punjab board, CBSE board, PG level, UG level, and is taught almost by most of the universities because it is really important. And John Keats, although he himself died at the age of 25, he made himself immortal through his poetry. So it is important to discuss some of the elements, right? So a thing of beauty is a joy forever. Like before we begin, and some people they blamed John Keats for for the escapism that he's trying to be submerged in the beauty of the nature, or the beauty of anything that is beautiful, just to escape from the reality that he'll be dying soon. So that's why most of his poetry it is important, and all of them they have this element of escapism and romance. Now romance is not his poetry is called romantic poetry, and it's romance is not always about that male female romantic scenes. No, it is here is about looking for the beauty, looking for something beautiful in every positivity in every particular situation. So no matter how bad things are, you should always look at the beautiful side, the brighter side. Although in reality we need to have some reality checks, but otherwise it is important, right? So he says the rhyming scheme of the poem is ABAB, and the poet begins with the famous line, "A thing of beauty is a joy forever." We'll be discussing line by line. Some of the books or some of the literature enthusiasts, what they do is they divide the poem into four stanzas. If you wish, you can do that, and in Punjab board, otherwise it was written in just one slot, right? So it starts with, "A thing of beauty is a joy forever." It means anything that is beautiful is a source of happiness. In case you have a beautiful house, you will be happy about it. In case you have a beautiful relation, you will be happier about it. So because he will come to the point that materialistic happiness is not the actual source of happiness, but the internal happiness, the aesthetic happiness is actually the natural beauty is actually the source of happiness. He says its loveliness increases, it will never pass into nothingness. It means anything that is beautiful will it's is supposed to grow, and it will never come down, because he himself was dying, he himself was perishing day by day. So that's why the element of the element that the beautiful things, because he felt that I'm not beautiful enough. There could be any reason, because he's trying to escape his reality. His reality wasn't beautiful, he was very near death, right? And then he says, "Above a quiet, but still will keep above a quiet for us, and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing." So the things which he didn't have, right? So he's trying to create those health, quiet breathing, because he had TB, right? So it was difficult for him to breathe. So there were some challenges, and he was trying to overcome those challenges, right? Later he says that, "Therefore on every morrow is every tomorrow, every next day, are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of despondence of the inhuman dearth?" So he says that because he was against this idea that all this, the machinery, the mechanical age which was taking up during that time, that it is killing the beauty of the nature, factories, and it was taking away the gist of life. And similarly we also have the same thing, like because of digitalization, we feel like that the childhood is dying, or we are not enjoying our life the way our ancestors did, or the way we should, right? So he talks about this thing, and then he says that whether we are day by day reading it, making it bad. And to which he further says that of noble natures of gloomy days, right? That days, they are gloomy days. So uh, of all unhealthy and over darkened ways. So things are unhealthy, they are over darkened, everything is becoming chaotic. So how are we gonna deal with this? Made for our searching, yes, in spite of all. No matter how hard life is, no matter how bad things are, no matter how dark it is, what we need to do, some shape of beauty moves away the pall is the sadness, the covers of sadness, the misery. So there are beautiful things that move away everything. It happens that you might have felt that no matter how tired your mother might be, but the moment the mother carries the baby, right, she feels happy. The moment we come back home, no matter how hard the day was at work, we just simply feel happy. And this is the beauty, these things are beautiful, not the materialistic things. and not the other things, right? And then he says, from a dark spirit, such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon. So, and the sun still shining and beautiful, moon, right? And other things like trees, they're still growing, they grow against gravity, right? So they still do. So no matter how hard it is, you should always look at the positive side. And then he says that for simple sheep, and such are the daffodils. Sheep, they are so innocent, no matter how, whether you are even killing them, right? They will stay innocent. And how daffodils, how green and how lively it becomes when they grow, right? And then he says, with green world they live in and clear rills. He's talking about daffodils here, that for themselves a cooling covert make, giants the hot season and mid forest spirit. So the daffodils, the beauty it takes away, it makes things more beautiful, and even in summers everything feels so nice and shiny. And then he says, rich with the sparkling of fair musk and rose blossoms. And then when the flowers, they blossom, the fragrance of musks and roses, it makes us feel happy, it elevates our mood, right? And then, and such too is the grandeur of the dooms. So even in the doom there is this grandeur, people, those who have died fighting battles, right? How grandeur, how grand, how magnificent their lives would have been, how we tell the other people that they died like fighting like this and like that, right? So these are the elements which makes life these are the elements which make life worth living, but worth appreciating. And then he says that we have imagined for the mighty dead, the same thing. And this line is very important, the last line, an endless fountain of immortal drink pouring unto us from the heaven spring. Now he feels like immortal drink. Eventually again this element comes, right? Immortal, because he's dying. So he feels like, at least, the beauty is actually an immortal drink. It will grow, it will always stay like this, unlike maybe me, right? Unlike John Keats. So he feels like he might be dying. And then he says that still whatsoever God has given, he has bestowed his best of the blessings on us. So the element of escapism is there, the element of romantic poetry is there, that no matter how bad situation is, you better look at the bright side, you better look at the greener side, you better look at the positive part. Because of course sadness will be there in every source, no matter whatever you do, there will be some challenges in everyone's lives. But what we everyone's life, so what we need to do, we need to just accept the part and we need to move ahead with it. And that's it. I think it's quite a beautiful poem by John Keats. So keep reading, keep sharing, let learning be your muse, let sharing be your muse. God bless. Bye bye.